Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we are going to be continuing on developing our custom list view tile. So by this point we've actually figured out a way to show our rounded image as well as a status indicator for whether the user was active or not, as well as a title inside of our custom list view tile. And what in this video we're going to be focusing towards is going to be adding that subtitle widget, which if I open the completed version of our app, you can see presented to us right now here, where we can either see the last message of whatever was sent in the chat, or if somebody is typing, we can actually see the status indicator kind of showing us dots of some kind of activity is going on within the chat. So this red dot actually tells us that if somebody, whether a group chat, somebody inside the group chat was active, and this red dot on a one-to-one chat tells us that whether the person that we're talking to was recently active, while the subtitle, it actually either gives us the last message that was sent in the chat, or if somebody is actually typing in the chat, then it gives us this kind of a loading bar kind of action, which I'll show you once we implement it. So now with this, I'll close the version of our completed app and I'll go to the one that we're working on, and let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be going back to my custom listview.tile file, and from there I'm going to be going to the class custom listview.tile with activity, and from there go to the build function and down into the actual list tile. Now here what we're going to be doing is that after I've defined the title property, which we defined a couple of videos earlier, I'm going to be adding the subtitle widget. And if you hover over subtitle, it actually asks us that it's going to be a widget. So what is our widget going to be? Well, if you remember that to our actual custom list view tile with activity, we pass in a Boolean property called isActivity. This isActivity is a Boolean value that states to us whether something is happening within the chat where somebody is typing. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this property here, and I'm going to say that if isActivity, not active, is true, then we're going to be showing a row. And inside of this row, we'll have the main axis size, and the main axis size is going to be main axis size.max. With this, the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to set the main axis alignment, which will be main axis alignment.start. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to set the cross axis alignment, which will be cross axis alignment.center. And then finally, I'll define the children's list, and inside of the children's list, we are just going to be adding one children. But before we add that children, I'm going to remove this comma here at the end. I'm going to add the second part of our ternary statement, and now I'm going to say that if, for example, activity is false, then we're going to come to this part, and instead of returning a row, we are going to be returning a text widget. This text widget is going to take in the subtitle, which gets passed in, and then a style as well, and the style is going to be our text style. And then we'll have some color properties associated, which will be colors.white54. Then we'll also have a font size. So what's the size of the font? That'll be 12. And then we'll have font weight, which will be font weight, and then from there W400. And then with this, we can add a comma here as well and do Alt-Shift-F. So now that this is done, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be going to the children's list inside of our row, and here I'm going to be adding a widget that is provided to us by the Flutter Spin Kit package. So I'm going to go to the top, I'm going to make sure that Flutter Spin Kit is imported, and then I'm going to add this one very specific widget called the Spin Kit. And then from here, you can use many different type of animations. What I'm going to be using is going to be 3 bounce. So 3 bounce kind of gives us 3 circles that kind of like expand and contract. And that's pretty much what kind of a typing indicator that I want to show. Then we define the color for this, and the color is going to be colors dot, and then I'm going to use white 54. And then with this, I'm also going to define the size, and the size is going to be the height times 0.10. I'm going to add a comma, do Alt-Shift-F, do a comma inside here as well as outside, do Alt-Shift-F, command save. And now you're going to see that if I restart our application, we can see that we're getting this kind of subtitle text being shown to us. So if I go back to my chats page and to the point where we're actually rendering our custom list view tile with activity, and I change the isActivity Boolean that's getting passed in to be true and do command save, you're going to see that we get these wandering cubes right here. The color for some reason is black, and that's because I use black 54, not a white 54. So I'm going to fix that, do command save. And as you can see, we can see the status indicator showing here. If I change this activity to false, then it'll show us the subtitle. If I change it to true, then it'll show us the activity indicator, and that applies for the is active boolean as well. If I set that to true, then that means our user was active, the circle turns green. If I set that to false, then that's how it is. So with this, we've implemented the custom list view tile widget in its entirety, and in the next video we'll just work towards actually adding some more things to our chats page in terms of its UI design. So with that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.